Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and having a fantastic week. Today I'm doing a day in the life with my 5 parrots vlog, and I'll show you what we get up to today. And I tried to film this intro before I woke up the birds, but they could hear me. So I'm going to get into showing you how I wake them up. Or how they wake me up. Good morning. Good morning everybody. Normally when I first come in, I turn their night light off, but it's already off. So let's go and see everyone. Good morning, Olive. Where are you hiding? Good morning, Pickles. Good morning, Scampy. You hiding back there? Oh, we don't like the camera, do we? So grisly. Good morning, Jib Jib. Good morning, Fish Fish. First thing I do each morning is poo pick everyone before I get the food sorted. It takes me 2 minutes to poo pick the bedding, which is easy chick, which I talk about all the time. So I'll show you what I do with Olive's now, but it's just so easy. Here's Olive's tray. I literally just pull it out like this. As you can see, there's no other mess other than her morning poo. And all I do is just pick it up, get rid of it. Super easy. She has got some crinkle paper in here from a toy, but I obviously leave that in there in case you want to go and play with it. But that's just how quick it is to clean my birds in the morning. And then in the afternoon it takes a little bit longer because there's some more poos and some old vegetables. But poo picking twice a day keeps us so clean, and it's so much fun for them to go down and forage. That's why I use that. Hello, Olive. Would you like to say good morning to everybody? You say hello. Good girl. So as I go and poo pick Chip and Fish, I go and put their toys in. As you can see, there aren't many toys in there. I take them out each night just in case they have a night fright and they get caught on something. It's a lot safer to do it this way, and I let them have like a couple of minutes just exploring while I'm getting on with that. Chibi, shake. Good boy. Now I'm moving on to breakfast, and I've just washed up all the bowls. I've got the waters all ready here, and what I'm doing for this week is I am adding some Bragg's apple cider vinegar with the mother into the water, just in the morning water, because I change it about 3 times a day because I'm home enough to do that. And apple cider vinegar has loads of health benefits. If you'd like to see a video on why it's good for your birds, then let me know. These bowls are about 150 ml. I'm going to put 2.5 ml of the apple cider vinegar in there just as a little sort of tonic top me up. It's really great for them, as I said. And then I'll give that to the birds. Now we are on to breakfast. So for breakfast for the birds this morning, we have some sprouted quinoa, which I started yesterday. It doesn't take very long to do. Also got some of my soaked DIY healthy seed mix, which I have a video on, although most of it's grains rather than seeds, and it is normal for certain types of seeds to float, so I need to give these a good rinse. Same with this, I've got a little bit of coriander seed as a treat, so I'll give that a rinse and give it to the birds. And then we've got this week's chop, which is very colourful, and in here we've got rainbow chard, rocket, broccoli, red pepper, sweet corn, carrots and hibiscus flowers. So let's get this all ready for the flock. There we go, all mixed up with the grains and the vegetables. You can probably hear the birds, they're very eager for their breakfast, so I best go and give it to them promptly. Has been fed, I can feed myself, I can go and tidy up the kitchen and do some of my social media stuff. So I'm going to get on with that now, and then hopefully by that time David might be awake. Is it a bit later now? David's here. How do you feel today? Oh,
nice and warm and fresh. Happy and fresh, right? First thing in the morning. Not.
Okay, so we are going to go to the supermarket today, which is my least favourite day of the week because we have to walk all the way there. We have to do our weekly shop and then walk it all back uphill. And I'm feeling really lazy and achy, so that's not ideal. And a lot of you have asked sort of what we do when we go out and the birds are kind of here. How do we keep them occupied? They've just had breakfast, so it's not like we need to give them loads of foraging treats. They've got plenty of, you know, toys to shred and play with, and they may even have a little rest after they've eaten. But yeah, they'll be quite happy. We'll probably be out for less than an hour, so it's not really a long time. We don't really go out for long times these days because we work from home. Yeah, I also wanted to give a bit of a disclaimer as well, just for all the vlogs, just in case anyone's wondering or speculating or anything, that obviously I'm only going to show you what I show you in the vlogs. I can't show you the entire length of all of their outings and, you know, everything they get up to, because that would literally be filming for like 12 hours straight. The birds have tons of outings throughout the day for really long periods of time, but obviously they have independent play in their cages as well, so I can't show you the entirety of all of their outings, but I just wanted to make that really clear, because obviously you only see a snippet of our day, so I didn't want anyone to make any assumptions, because people always do on the internet. But yeah, the birds are going to be in their cages obviously while we leave the house, because they will just destroy everything, and then when we get back and we've unpacked the shopping, we will get them out and we'll do maybe some training this morning, or just playtime, cuddles, whatever we're in the mood for. So let's get this shopping over and done with, and we'll see you in a bit. Look at your messy beak. Have you eaten your veggies? Are they nice? So we're now back from the shop. It was fairly unsuccessful, but we are having some playtime. The conures are being very noisy, trying to scare the boys, but they are quite happy just foraging. This is also the reality of playtime, because the boys are behaving themselves and you are squealing because she's trying to get a reaction out of them. It's not all plain sailing when we're having our outings, but I will tell you about how we manage her outings when she decides to be quiet. The cursor is very tempting. The boys love crawling over David's desk, obviously supervised. There we go. Now time for the other troublemakers to be out and about. Hey, Pickles P, you wave? Good girl. Scampy, will you wave? That was a scratch. Wave. Good boy. They're going to be up to no good, I'm sure. Hello. Pickles P. You can hear me. I thought I'd also show you some realities. Now the boys, obviously I didn't show you their entire outing. I thought I'd show you a snippet, but they were out for ages. Now they're overexcited and it's sunny, and then they just wick like this until they calm down. Scampy is on my shoulder. Hey Scott, you good boy. Pickles is vibing up there. Olive is waiting to come out. But yeah, I thought this is, you know, worth showing you that they're not just good boys who sit quietly. They are noisy, and in a minute they're gonna start preening, as Vivi's already doing, and play with their toys and stuff. And we'll see what Pickles and Scampy want to do. What do you want to do, Pickles P? What do you want to do? Pickles has demanded that David cuddles her. She likes sitting in his eye socket. She's very forthcoming with what she wants, and this is her favourite thing to do. She's going to sit very quietly, cuddling, making noises, being cheeky. So Scampy is going to play on the play stand. I've just put a couple of little treats in there to keep him quiet, and he's got a piece of banana chip, which is his absolute favourite. Also talk to you about how we manage our outings, because I'm sure you may already be aware that the conures and the cockatiels don't really get along. So Chip and Fish come out together, Scampy and Pickles come out together, and Olive comes out on her own. Yes, it takes a lot of time, but we work from home so we can manage it. In an ideal world, I'd love for them all to be out at the same time, but it's not possible right now because they just scare each other, spook each other, fight each other. But that was, you know, something we expected when we took them all on. It's just brilliant that Scampy and Pickles now love each other. Ooh, we're pooping, excellent. But yeah, it takes up a lot of our day, but we try and sort of multitask. For example, we'll have some treats in here and some foraging activities, and then we can get on with some work while the birds are playing, or they'll kind of sit on us and, you know, have a cuddle or something when they're out. But they are out for a very big portion of the day, and I will show you what happens when they go home for their kind of independent play a little bit later on. Now it is baby Olive's turn, and she's going to do some foraging for some hemp seeds in this little toy, maybe have some playtime on the stand, maybe some cuddles, maybe chewing some toys, but she's quite happy on here at the moment. And then later on I'm going to show you a new behaviour that I just taught her, which she's so smart about, and I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to do it, so make sure you're sticking watching to find out what behaviour that is. But she's just going to thicken enjoy her snacks. So I don't want my face on camera. I just want to snack. I thought I'd point out as well another reality, because Pickles and Scampy don't like her. When she comes out, we have to, I don't know if you can see, just pop a little towel just on the roof of their cage, because sometimes she will spook or find herself up there, and they, given the chance, will bite her feet. And obviously we don't want that. The boys don't need anything because they don't try and attack her, whereas these two little terrors will. So yeah, we like to just keep everybody safe, and they aren't, you know, at all bothered by having a towel up there. But I thought I would just point that out, because that is a reality of having lots of different birdies. Have you found them all yet? You're looking proud, you're making noises. She makes all kinds of noises these days, it's so funny. And David is training her to kiss on command, is that right? Which is nice. It's also teaching her to be very gentle too. Just to give you an idea of how messy the birds are, this is the state of the carpet after outing number 1. So I'm going to hoover for the first time today, and then it's lunchtime. So I've just made my lunch, which are these vegetable gyozas with some soy sauce. It's these ones, the Itsu ones. They come in the freezer, and I'm kind of obsessed with them at the moment, so I have them whenever I can. They're a little bit expensive, but it's a nice lunch, and it makes me actually want to eat lunch. The birds for lunch are having oregano. I've got some long strands here for Pickles, Scampy, Chip and Fish, and I've separated off some kind of smaller bits here for Olive, because she likes to hold them, and if she drops them she won't eat them, whereas the others do. So that's theirs. And then at some point I'm going to try these. I found these in the supermarket, which I'm quite excited about. Dairy Milk Buttons Twisted. They're like white chocolate and milk chocolate. So that's kind of our lunch setup, and these aren't all for me, so, David's having a few of them. So yeah, let's go and eat this and then see what the birds think of their herbs. Now we've eaten lunch, it's training time, and the boys are playing with their little fast food restaurant. This is a Sylvanian family's toy, so it is a children's toy, but we use it for the boys for like shorts and things like that over on my channel and David's channel. Just a couple of sort of disclaimers. Obviously don't give your bird these kind of toys in their cage. This is very much a kind of outside training toy, something very novel, which is really fun. And also make sure you don't give them anything that is too small, like little parts. We're always very careful when we give this to them that we take out any parts that might be too small, and then they can go and play and cause chaos. Good boy, GB. And I thought I would just mention as well about lunchtime, in case anyone's wondering. We don't have our birds out when we cook or eat. I know some people do. Firstly, having them out when we are cooking is dangerous, because obviously things are hot and we don't want them getting into mischief. But we don't have them out when we eat as well, because we want better manners. We don't want them trying to steal food from us or anything like that. But we do eat as a flock. They will eat at the same time as us in their cages, and it's just a way of having a bit more sort of independence, and sort of not stealing from plates and, you know, all that kind of stuff, which is just chaotic when you're just trying to eat. So I thought I'd just mention that. And yeah, the boys are just having a great time with this set. They love throwing the little burgers around, going to the little drive-through window, the little post-mix machine. So this is a really fun little set. And if you'd like to see some of these sets for your own birds, they're both in mine and David's Amazon stores, and link will be down in the description. And then once we're finished on the floor, we'll just have some cuddles, or we'll do some flying around. It's probably not something I'll get on camera because they're just so quick when they fly, but they do fly all day. We can't keep them still. But Chip is quite happy relaxing on the arm of the chair. He's covered in food. He's covered in his vegetables, aren't you, baby? Fish is up here. He's a bit more nervous of the camera, but he's looking very fluffy. And yeah, they're just going to enjoy the rest of their outing, and we'll see what they want to get up to. But I probably won't film any more of this one, and we'll move on to the next birdies. So now we're with baby Olive doing a training session. Can you wave to everyone? Good girl, well done. Now I did promise that we would show off her latest behaviour that we've trained her, and that is a high five. She's very excited. High five. Good girl, well done. I wasn't sure if we would get the high five because she's very bitey and she does like to grasp and bite. So this is kind of training her just to place her foot on me rather than grabbing me and biting me. Let's try again. High five. Good girl. Well done. Aren't you excited? Are you very excited in your training? Should we do a spin? Good girl. You are so smart. The wave. Good girl.
Shake. Good girl. Spin. Much better. Try and do wings on camera, but this noise is quite embarrassing, so... Wings! Wings! No, not wave. Wings! Good girl. You have to make this high-pitched noise, otherwise she won't do it. That's the cue she's adopted for it. We'll do one more shake and then we'll be done, won't we? Shake. Good girl. Very nice.
Here are the shots of Pickles P for her dedicated fan club. There's so many of you out there who just adore her. So I thought we'd just give you some shots of her while she's not cuddling David, because that's basically all she wants to do all day. If she's not cuddling Scampy, she's cuddling David. Good girl, you smart. And then she goes to him. Spin, wave, good boy. High five, good man. Flip, flip. Good boy. Now that everyone has had their outings, it is dinner time. So it's about 2 o'clock, which is the time that we feed the birds because they had their breakfast at about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And then I'm going to show you what we're giving them today. So we have some of our sort of healthy small seed mix, which I've shown in a couple of other vlogs before. We've also got Polly's Natural Parrot Boutique meal topper in the rose flavour. There's loads of sort of little goodies in there, crunchies and rose petals and things. We have some Harrison's bird bread that I baked a little while ago, which has been in the freezer. I just defrosted it this morning, and that's perfectly safe to feed from the freezer. And that's got some egg in it, and obviously the Harrison's itself. We've got some tops. We're not going to give them too many of those, just a couple of pellets. As I've said in so many videos, that pellets are not a big part of our birds' diet. They're just a bit of fun and forage, like in their evening meal. We've got some dried carrot and beetroot. This is human grade and the birds really like it because they love crunchies. We've also got some dried chilies, again human grade as well. These are from Buy Whole Foods online. Birds love holding these. And then the ultimate treat for all of the birds, which is star anise. So I'm going to put all this together and then we'll have some birdie dinners. And there we go. So all of this food is going to last them until about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So from 2 PM today until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, all of this will be gobbled up, and the bird bread goes first because it's their favourite, and then they just pick around and forage for all of their goodies. So let's go and feed them now. I've also replenished their water, just with plain water, not the ACV, and then they'll probably get ready for their independent playtime. So the birds have had 2 very interactive outings now, and now it's time for independent play. So they're going to be in their cages for about 2 hours, and they are going to hopefully play with their toys, maybe even have a nap. I know these 2 definitely need a nap by the way they're acting. They're going to have their dinner like Scampy and Pickles are doing. Olive just wants attention. She's going to sit next to David. He's going to do some of his Warhammer. We've got some work to do. I've got some YouTube things to do. So yeah, it's really good to encourage your birds to have independent play so they're not always kind of attached to you like Velcro birds. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to leave them be, and then I'll come back to you a little bit later. And while we work, I'm going to make a gingerbread latte, which is my absolute favourite. It's going to go in this little cauldron mug. And then David's going to have a peppermint tea with some lemon and honey, and he has got this cocktail Cedar Valhalla mug because we love Assassin's Creed Valhalla and we might play some later. So I'm going to make these hot drinks and crack on with some work. later now. The birds have had their independent play, they've had a little nap, they've had some snacks, some toy playtime. And we've been getting on with work and hobby stuff and all those kinds of things. I've washed my hair because I have the luxury of doing that from working from home, that I can do it when I want to. And yeah, so I've actually had Chip and Fish out already for their technically like last outing of the evening because they wanted to come out, but I will get them out later anyway because I've got to take their toys out before bedtime, and it's always nice to just get them out for extra cuddles, and we'll get the others out as well. However, before that we're having dinner and we're having pizza because every time I vlog we seem to be having a like treat day. So it's pizza today, and we're going to watch Game of Thrones with it, of course. Yeah, so we're going to have some snacks and then it will be more birdie time. And normally for the final outing, it's more of like a chilled out affair. You know, we have cuddles, we'll do some playtime if they want to, we'll do some flying if they want to. But most of the time they just kind of want to chill and just have cuddles and petty pets. So we'll see what they want to do. But first, it's snack time. So we have eaten dinner now, the pizza was very nice, we watched Game of Thrones and that was all good. And now it's time for the kind of final outings of the night for the birds. It's about 7 o'clock, so we have everyone out just for a kind of a shorter outing in the evening. Olive is quite excited even though it's nearly bedtime. And what I'll do is I'll just refresh their waters, just so they've got fresh water for overnight and in the morning. And I'm also going to poo pick everyone. And for the boys as well, I'll take out the sort of toys I put in today. Just as I said before, just in case it causes any night frights. Olive is having a great time up there on her playtop. You found some snacks? Is he nice? She's gonna have a great time. And I'll show you the kind of mess that she's made today. It's not as obvious for her, but there is some kind of food and bits and pieces down there. She has got a lot of paper, but I'll leave that in because obviously it's not soiled. But it's just the same again. It takes me 2 minutes to do all 3 cages, and then we just have some cuddles and playtime, don't we? Hi! Olive! She's not so keen on the camera in the dark, so we've tried to have some cuddles and preening and she's having none of it. So we're just going to enjoy the rest of our time with her. We're going to try and have some cuddles off camera. She's like, I want to destroy the camera. And then we'll get the rest of the other babies out. It's also very difficult, I thought I'd mention, that to actually get clips of the birds playing with their toys in the cages, because when I come up with the camera, they're like, hey, what are you doing? So I thought I'd show you Olive playing with her rings again, and also say, because some people wanted me to show it, that when I offered bathing to the birds, none of them were interested, so I couldn't show that today. However, Scampy did wash himself in his bowl, so that's something else I couldn't show you, but we do offer baths to all of the birds every day. So Mr. Cheeb's enjoying a little scritch, having the chops rubbed. He likes having his just above his nostrils rubbed as well. Just lots of petty pets. And Fish is currently on my shoulder. I'll turn the camera around. Good boy. What are you doing? Scampy. 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 Miss Pickles P is sitting with Daddy in his eye socket looking at the computer. You're so naughty, aren't you? Literally, she just marches out. She goes straight to David and then, yeah, exactly, just like that, demands to go in the eye socket, and that's her word is the truth. So
The law.
It is law, Pickles law. So she gets what she wants because she's a princess. So we are just finishing up with the birds and having some last cuddles, and then what we'll do is we'll put them back in their homes and we'll just leave them in this kind of low light for a little bit just to kind of settle and get ready for bed. We don't want to just plunge them straight into darkness. If you've watched my other videos, you'll know that we don't cover our birds for a variety of reasons. So we won't be covering them, we just let them settle on their own, and we have 2 night lights, one of which is already on because it's quite dark over there by the purifier, and then the other one is the chick one that I showed you this morning, which I put on charge. I'll go and get that, and then we'll put them to bed roughly at about 8 o'clock-ish. And then hopefully, if I can convince David, we'll go and play some Assassin's Creed Valhalla, watch some YouTube, and plan for the day tomorrow. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and seeing just a little snippet into a day in our lives. Obviously you don't get to see like the whole 12 hours that the birds are awake, because that would be a lot to film. So what I'll do in a second is show you me putting the birds to bed, and that will be the end of the vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing our daily routine. If you have any questions or anything you'd like to share with me, then I'd love to hear from you in the comments. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and take care and have a great day. So let's put the birds to bed. So now everyone has been resting for a little while, it's time to say good night, everybody. I'm going to put the night light on in a second as well. Good night, everyone. Mummy loves you. See you in the morning. Nighty nights. And then we put them to bed. And we do it all again tomorrow.